Okay folks, Jared here with JK Bass Fishing. Just received our package from Gino's Garage. Today the package will consist of our Ram 2500 pillar pod. We're going to put 3 gauges in there, a boost, a pyro, and a fuel pressure gauge. Right now, before you start any project, verify that all the pieces are there and extra tools that you may need to get the project started. So let's go ahead right now and verify we have everything get started. So let's... Alright, now we have a quick inventory of our products. We're going to have the pillar pod. We've got our 3 gauges. You got the boost, the pyro, and the fuel gauge. Along with the fuel gauge, you're going to need a banjo bolt. With the banjo bolts, you're going to need 2 washers. One as a spare and one for replacement. They both come with brand new seals on those washers. Next, we got the boost bolt, which comes new with any purchase of a gauge from Gino's Garage. Moving down here, we have a rheostat light kit that adjusts the LED lighting on these gauges, specifically designed for that. So let's go ahead and move down here to the installation guidebooks. We have 2 guidebooks that tell you general information on how to remove these panels, all the way down to operation of these gauges and what to expect. Here's a guide here, frequently asked questions. If you need to return anything or you have general questions in regards to the lights kits or about the truck itself, this is the place to look. Down here you have a number. You can call at any time during the operating business hours. So let's go ahead and take a look at what's included. Okay, a quick inventory on the gauges themselves. They come as a kit. You got the gauge itself, the main wire harness that goes to the sending unit, the sending unit packet along with the wire clip, and the light kit clip and the hardware for that. And that's pretty much it. Okay folks, the first step into removing the driver's side column pillar is to go ahead and remove the covers to the grab handle. Take a little screwdriver and just pop them on out like that. We have installed ourselves a 3/8 ratchet set with a 10mm socket. And now we're just backing off these 2 hex bolts, and you should be able to get to a point where you can leave the socket on while backing out the bolt. Okay, now the mounting hardware is loosened up. We could back it out by hand. Handle removed. Now you can go ahead and pull back the weather stripping and gently work this handle loose. Okay, now we have the pillar molding removed. Now we're going to be ready to install the pillar pod. First thing you want to do is start out at the bottom here. There's this tab. I'm going to carefully insert it at the bottom, like so. Just working your way down easily. There you go. Just work it in there. Just remember, it is a more rigid plastic. It's not as thick as the factory model, but you just gotta take your time and just give it some sweet loving. It will go in, and pretty much you want to make sure your holes line up inside there by taking your 3-inch machine screw and just lightly attaching it in there. All right. In the meantime, you can go ahead and take the weather stripping and back it back in there, and you'll be good to go and start running your wires. Hey folks, right now we'll be looking for a hole to drill through the firewall, and we got ourselves a access panel plate that's held on that we can gain access through the interior of the cab. There it is right there. You can see those 2 little circles there on the top and bottom of that panel. On the back side there's some studs. We're going to gain access through underneath the driver's column. This panel is located straight below the driver's side windshield wiper, about a foot below the windshield, from the battery box right here. So you got the battery box, folks, then you got that access panel. Once the access panel removed, we're going to be drilling ourselves a 3/4 inch hole and running ourselves a 3/4 inch grommet. Okay, now we're underneath the driver's side column. Alright, you got your shaft from your steering wheel going down to your gearbox and all. Alright, about 3 to 4 inches up there, you're going to see these 2 screws and those bolts up there with the nuts. We're going to be using a 15mm socket. We're going to go ahead and take those off. Okay, now We got that exterior plate removed. Now we got ourselves a good size hole to work with. And we're going to go ahead and first of all run over our wires through there to get an idea on how long of the wires we need to cut for our sending units to the gauge inside the cab. So that's pretty much it. And our next step is to go ahead and drill the 3/4 inch hole in the plate.